The Story of the Three Kingdoms by Walter Dean Myers. Long ago, when the earth had not settled in its turning, and the stars had not found their places in the night sky, there were three kingdoms on earth. The first kingdom was that of the forest, where the elephant ruled. When he spoke, the trees trembled. When he walked, the ground shook. No beast, great or small, dared to speak against Elephant. "Mine is the greatest kingdom on earth," Elephant was fond of saying. And as he was very powerful, many believed this to be true. The second kingdom was that of the sea, where Shark ruled. Shark had many rows of shiny, sharp teeth that he bared in an angry glare. Fish, both great and small, swam away when Shark came near. The lobsters covered their mouths, lest they say one word that could be misunderstood. "Mine is the greatest kingdom on earth," Shark was fond of saying. And as the sea covered most of the earth, many believed this to be true. The third kingdom was that of the air, that wide place between heaven and earth, where Hawk ruled. Hawk had a hooked beak and flashing, shiny claws that he kept ready when he soared on the wind. When Hawk flew, the thrush and the sparrow hid in the bushes. "Mine is the greatest kingdom on earth," Hawk was fond of saying. And as the air is so vast, many believed it to be true. So it went, each ruler thinking that his was the greatest kingdom and that he ruled the earth. Then there came to earth a new creature called people. They were not as strong as Elephant. They were not as fierce as Shark. And they could not fly like Hawk. All the other creatures of the forest, the sea, and the sky laughed at people. "You are here to do our bidding," they said. And so it seemed. For many seasons, people walked with their chins against their chests and their eyes cast down. Then one day, Elephant fell into a great pit. Try as he might, he could not pull himself up. Nor was there any other creature that was strong enough to pull him up. Many believed it was the end of Elephant. But that night, as some people sat around a fire, one began to tell the story of something he had seen. There was a great stone in the place where people wanted to build a village. The stone was too heavy for anyone to lift, but there were vines around it, and some of the people pulled on the vines. With many people pulling, they were able to move the stone easily. The story was told and told again. It warmed in the minds of the people, and they knew it was true. The next day, the people went to the pit, tied vines around Elephant, and pulled him up. Elephant was grateful and promised to share the forest with the people, and so he did. After a while, Shark refused to let the people bathe in the sea or take the fish for their meals. The people were sad when they sat around the fire. Then one person spoke of something he had seen. Her grandmother had woven a mat for her home. One day, by chance, she had dropped it in a small brook. Lizard, swimming by, had become caught in the weaving and could not escape. The story was told and told again. It warmed in the minds of the people, and they knew it was good. The next day, the people wove a great mat and threw it into the water. Into the net swam Shark, and he could not move. Shark turned and squirmed and gnashed his teeth, but he could not swim away. "Let me loose," Shark cried, "and I will share the sea with you." The people cut him loose from the mat, and he swam away, and they never feared him again. But Hawk, with his hooked beak and his slashing claws, just laughed in the air as he swooped around the clouds. "I am still the ruler of the sky," he said, "and mine is the greatest kingdom on earth." The people were afraid of Hawk, but they knew what they could do. They sat around the fire, and they told stories they remembered. One spoke of something he had once seen. There was a child trying to catch a butterfly, and could not catch it while it flew, but only when it rested upon the ground. The story was told and told again. The idea warmed in the minds of the people, and they knew that it was good. The next day, they went to the baobab tree, where they knew Hawk went to rest. They waited, and when he landed, they threw a loop made of vines around him. Hawk squawked and flapped his wings, but he could not escape. "Let me go," he cried, "and I will share the air with you." The people cut away the vines, and they never feared Hawk again. When the people gathered around the fire to tell the story of what had happened, something new came to mind. "We have overcome the strength of the elephant and our fear of the shark and the hawk," they said. "We have done this by sitting around a fire and telling stories and learning from them. Only we, among all creatures, have the gift of story and the wisdom that comes from it. We do not need to become masters of the earth. We can share the earth because it is wise to do so." From that day on, the people held their heads high, never forgetting to gather around the fire and share their stories, never forgetting that in stories can be found wisdom, and in wisdom, strength.